This week. Alright, you guys, we haven't done this in over a month, so there's a ton of news to get caught up on, starting with Arken Age. We've been talking about Arken Age for over a year now, long before it was announced, wondering if the next game from VR would be the same exponential jump in quality as their last. And the answer, as you've probably heard from literally everyone over the last couple weeks, is a resounding yes. The level of polish here is just astounding, featuring amazing visuals on both the PS5 and PS5 Pro, with the option to run in 120 reprojected or 90 native, regardless of what console you're playing on. The VRAF mechanics, haptics, and adaptive trigger support are all awesome, and the combat rivals some of the best you've ever seen in VR, with great weapon mods that radically change how your guns and swords function. Plus, it has all the scavenger hunt aspects that made their last game, Shadow Legends, so much fun. It's a little early to be saying that Arken Age is a contender for Game of the Year, so let's see how the rest of 2025 pans out. You are the beast. Rampage through colorful lands to reclaim your desecrated underworld from parasitic beings of joy. Use intuitive locomotion mechanics to run, jump, claw, and climb using only your hands in an adventure that'll remind you of your favorite platformers. I've been playing No More Rainbows for the last few days and it's been a lot of fun, so expect a review on the channel sometime over the next few days. Little monkeys need your help. Become the friendly spirit entity and lead their colorful pack through the mysterious Bricklands. Create safe passages through the portals, ensure the monkeys' safety, and help them overcome all the environmental obstacles. Bridge the Gap is essentially Lemmings in VR. And yeah, it's definitely low budget, but it's fun, and the challenge ramps up really fast.
Yo, it's time to do some crazy skiing!
90s extreme skiing is your backstage pass to the raddest era of video games. When polygons were pointy, poppin' was part of the charm, and everything was about going big or going home. With 20 blazing fast downhill races across 8 totally tubular ski resorts, you'll drop massive airs, grind like a maniac, and claim medal after medal on your way to glory.
That was insane! Barrier coming up! Smash on through!
Rampage through sprawling cityscapes, smashing buildings, tossing cars, and leaving a trail of destruction. But it's not that simple. The military's coming for you. Helicopters swarm, tanks roll in, and ground forces fight back with everything they've got. Unleash powerful attacks, evade enemy fire, and prove that nothing can stand in the way of your wild, unstoppable wrath. Space Fist is a first-person boxing game where players face various opponents, fight with them with both fists at their head or belly. Yeah, I'm not going to read any more of that description. This is a 7-year-old Vive game, and out of the 6 ratings it has on the PlayStation Store so far, half of them gave it a 1-star review. Both Deadland 2 and Rebeloid VR are slated to launch this week on PSVR2, but both of them have been delayed so many times that it's unlikely these release dates will stick. I mean, we haven't even seen a trailer for Deadland 2 yet. In case you missed it, the newest course for Walkabout mini golf is out now. Called Viva Elvis, it's not surprisingly bursting with iconic Elvis Presley references.
Roger that.
This week, the developers over in Kuvo patched a ton of issues with Green Hell VR and its new co-op mode. Everything from fixing connection issues for cross-platform play to patching out a ridiculous number of bugs that have been reported since launch.
me.
Subside was one of my favorite games over the last few months, so I'm really happy to report that the one-man dev team over at A2D listened to our extremely minor complaints and added a ton of haptics to the controllers while swimming, some adaptive trigger support, and actually changed the insanely difficult trophy requirements to make it a little easier to get the platinum.
I can tell you how long I've been waiting for this red light turn on. Woo!
Despite the PlayStation VR2 logo appearing at the end of every cold VR trailer, the PSVR2 version is actually quite a bit further out than either the Quest or Steam versions. In fact, the single-person dev team over at Allware mentioned that we shouldn't expect to see it on our headset until the end of Q1 or possibly even sometime in Q2.
Now, one, here's where you come in. You can either choose to save all mankind or doom it.
The last time we heard from developer Pixelworks, they were saying that the PSVR2 port of Black Hole Pool was pretty much done, but that was close to a year ago, and since then, a lot of gamers have lost hope that it's even still coming. Well, fortunately, after talking to Daniel over at Pixelworks last week, I learned that Black Hole Pool is complete and is going through Sony's oddly rigorous, yet somehow extremely inconsistent certification process. They're hoping Black Hole Pool will be out by the end of February. EXOcars was supposed to launch back in November along with the Steam and Quest versions, but Sony's QA stepped in and held up the launch of the PSVR2 version, supposedly just for some UI stuff. That caused EXOcars to be delayed until the end of November, and then December, and now, supposedly, sometime in January. And they might actually make it this time. Apparently the next wave of QA began on January 25th, and they're pretty hopeful that they're going to pass, as they've addressed every single issue that Sony's brought up to them. I like VR and I like cats, so it seems like I Am Cat is right up my alley, and despite the fact that it's a $20 game with a $20 DLC pack, all the reviews say that it's pretty fun. I'll keep you posted, of course, but either way, it should be coming soon to PSVR 2, with a release date being announced within the next few weeks. Even though the Flatout VR version of Destruction Racer Flatout still seems a little ways off, it sounds like fans of the series should be excited. In an Upload VR interview this week, COO of Flatout VR Studios, Eric Masher, what's up Eric, stated that even though the trailer shown here is based on Flatout 4 Total Insanity, they actually hold the license to several Flatout games and want to take the best elements from each game in the series. He went on to say they'll make sure that the VR version retains the speed, look, and feel that made the series so popular. The developers at Kinetic Games have lifted the veil somewhat on their plans for Phasmophobia moving forward. Not only are they revamping some of the journal UI with a new media tab, documenting all the evidence you've collected through photos, video, and sound recorders, but they're also reworking Bleasdale Farmhouse with new rooms, a garden, and a total visual overhaul. Even better than that, they're adding a brand new device, the EVP recorder. All of these updates should be coming over the course of 2025, but no release dates for anything have been announced yet.
Let me tell you a tale about one of my many adventures.
The Steam version of Pirates VR Jolly Roger is out now, and if you're interested in hearing more about it, check out Wes's review on Gamescast Live this past Wednesday. It sounds pretty decent, although I'm personally hoping that it gets a lot more love, polish, and content from the developers before it hits PSVR 2 later this year. newest trailer for Aces of Thunder just dropped this week, featuring some new aircraft straight out of World War I. Everything here, of course, looks stunning. The instrument panels, lighting, ground detail, and of course the other planes. I just wish 10-year-old Brian Paul, who loved playing Red Baron on PC, could see what his future had in store for him.
I'll call you back in an hour. You're going to be okay. I promise.
What's going on? Is something bad happening?
A new horror game was revealed for PSVR2 recently called The Obsessive Shadow. And storytime? I was just about to check this game out on Quest when the developer told me to hold off and just play the PSVR2 version because it looks way better, and because of that, it's way scarier. And surprisingly, coming way sooner to PSVR2 than expected. Stay tuned for more news soon. Explore a vast world made of blocks and shape it with your imagination. Build cozy houses, bustling villages, sprawling cities, monumental structures, or delve deep underground. Build your creations to life using over 200 unique materials. Add torches and intricate electrical circuits, illuminating your creations under stunning day and night cycles. There's no release date for Discovery 2 on PSVR 2 yet, but I did talk to the dev recently, who said they'd have more news for us very soon.
Ship's on fire!
Indeed. Might I suggest a fire extinguisher?
Into Black is a single-player or four-person co-op adventure game that takes you into the depths of a mysterious alien planet. Explore the endless darkness, mine valuable resources, and fight off alien beasts as you try to repair your ship and escape. Into Black has gotten a ton of praise over on Quest since its release back in October, but considering the Binary Mill's spotty support on PSVR 2, I didn't actually expect to see this one get ported. But according to the devs, it is coming, and they'll be sharing more info on it soon. I just mentioned in the last segment that the Binary Mill has a spotty history of supporting PSVR 2, and while I'm glad they're porting Into Black and already brought us the best version of Gun Club VR, they're a prolific studio, and I'd love to see their whole catalog of PSVR 1 and Steam games come to PSVR 2 as well, like arcade racing game Mini Motor Racing X, first-person wingsuit racer Rush VR, and their dystopian Spider-Man web-slinging first-person shooter Resist. So hopefully if the PSVR 2 port of Into Black is good, it'll sell a ton of copies, and the Binary Mill will consider bringing the rest of their games over here too. Every week, our good friend Professor Lilith organizes a multiplayer meetup over on our Discord. It happens every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and this week we'll be playing 8-player PvP Putt-Putt Walkabout Mini Golf. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Discord user Fuzzy Psycho Bear for taking charge of the Sunday multiplayer stuff while Lilith's away. If you can't make this week's meetup, don't worry, it happens every Sunday at the same time, so make sure you click the link in the description below and come join our Discord.
This week